Buddy, who is your favorite puppet?
Steven!
Why is Steven your favorite puppet?
Because I read Do Unto Others to him.
What is Do Unto Otters?
It's a book about the golden rule.
It is? And so did Steven learn something from you?
You should treat someone the same way you'd like them to treat you.
So the puppets came to your school and you learned from them? And then you came here and they learned from you?
I learned something from them, and they learned something from me back. My favorite part about Kids on the Block is when the puppets are serious or silly.
I remember Kids on the Block coming to my school years and years and years ago, and I'm glad they go to my kids' elementary school, and I hope it continues even to my grandkids.
Our programs open the doorway for children to talk about topics that they might not feel comfortable about, or it might be a topic that they've never heard anything about. Maybe they do have a child in their class that has autism and they've never questioned, why they're different, but maybe they've always wondered, why does this kid do this way, or why can't this kid do that? And our programs open up the door of communication so that they do feel comfortable asking those questions.
I've worked in nonprofit fundraising for over 15 years, and so I love when I find an organization that does good work for our community, and Kids on the Block is at the top of that list. JW is on the autism spectrum and actually was nonverbal until he was 4. And so when he was in 1st or 2nd grade, he came home and said, "Mom, the puppets came to my school today." And that was the first time he had had an assembly or a program that really resonated with him. And so these puppets, they talk to students of all levels, and they talk about serious issues, but they make it age appropriate and fun, and it gives these kids permission to talk to people about things that might be affecting them. And so when we as special need parents found an organization that really spoke to our child, it was a no-brainer to become a monthly donor.
I think it's important that the program continues because I know that it leads to intervention with children that need it, it leads to prevention, and that children are more likely to speak to the puppets than they are the grown-ups.
It's important to have Kids on the Block in schools because we do teach those life lessons that they don't get through curriculum. Things like child abuse prevention, things like bullies and school safety, how to deal with stress in our mental health program. Those are all life lessons that a lot of times kids may not feel comfortable talking to a grown-up about. They feel comfortable talking about those topics and opening up to the puppets. And many times, especially with our child abuse prevention program, we will have children disclose where they didn't feel comfortable talking to a grown-up, they feel comfortable talking to a puppet. And then those children can then get help after seeing our programs.
I believe that there's value in every program that I've seen. I think more than anything, it just gives children a voice and allows them to not feel alone, to feel that if they are feeling any of the things that the puppets feel or experience any of those things, that it's something that they are not alone in.
Well, I have seen firsthand the power of the puppets. I'm a puppeteer, so I go into schools, I present these programs. I've had kids come up to me and disclose that they've been abused. And, I know these programs are important and they do work, so that's why I'm a monthly giver.
I think that other people should give to Kids on the Block because I know that through consistency of giving, that's how the program is able to build and grow. And knowing that monthly contribution is going to be there allows the program to make decisions for the future without having to rely on the what-ifs.
Hey buddy, why do we like to give to Kids on the Block?
The puppet should be seen from people all over the world.
So monthly donors are really important because it helps us keep 2 puppeteer troops alive and out in schools. It's important to have 2 troops because then we can reach even more children, especially with our child abuse program. We do have 1 troop that is dedicated to presenting our child abuse program. We want to do our part to make the world a more kind place.